왜 손반죽을 해서 빵을 만들까요? Customer friendly. 믹서가 나오기 전에는 모두가 손으로 반죽을 쳤습니다. 수작업의 진정한 레트로 빵이기에 좀 더 고객에게 다가가지 않을까 해서. Less oxidation. 기계로 반죽을 하는 동안은 빵 반죽이 산화가 되어 색이 희어지고 맛이 떨어지게 됩니다. More creamy. 손반죽은 기계 반죽보다 훨씬 빵의 조직이 크리미해집니다. More flavor. 손반죽으로 만든 빵은 더욱 빵의 풍미가 높습니다. 그럼 힘들이지 않고 손반죽 빵을 만드는 법을 장루이님에게 배워볼까요?
Hello everybody, I'm Jean-Louis Bouvier working at Le SAF for more than 25 years now, and today we are pleased to introduce with Sonin hand mixing product in different recipe.
네, 안녕하세요. 선인 TS팀의 김태일입니다. 오늘은 장르이 셰프를 도와서 오늘 손반죽 세미나를 진행하도록 하겠습니다.
So now we're going to mix baguette overnight process with a terroir improver. So this one we're going to use local flour by 70% strong and 30% medium. So we can put the flour. Terroir is contain already salt and red yeast for the baguette, of course. Yeast. We blend dry and adding the water. As you can see, when you use terroir, you don't need to scale a lot of ingredients, as the terroir already contains improver and also salt. And when we put 3% of terroir, it provides you 2% salt. So now we have a block of dough. Everything is inside. As you can see, the last 1 minute of the first blending. And the dough is very breakable, as you can see here. And we use resting about 10 minutes before to give a little bit punching again. And it's like a small autolyse, and like that we do 3-4 times short blending. We can say it's a traditional mixing without spending a lot of energy to develop the dough. So now after 10 minutes, you see the dough start to develop, become more elastic. So we give very simple, like that. One fold, 1 quarter turn, and again like that. It's about 10-15 seconds. And when you feel the dough is become too strong, too elastic, so you stop and you give 5-10 minutes rest again. But as you can see, the dough is much more elastic, it's no more breakable, only after 10 minutes resting. So now we're going to give the third fold. as you can see, the dough become much more elastic and start to get a little bit more easy to spray. And we give another one like that. And we can say it will be the last one. Sometimes we need one more, but I think today with this flour blend and with the terroir premix, it's enough. In the terroir premix also there is an ingredient called RS190. It helps a lot for the dough development. So without spending a lot of energy by hand or even by mixer, you can develop properly the dough, so less oxidation and keep much more flavor to your bread. Okay. So hand mixing also you have much less oxidation as a machine. So by the way, you keep much more flavor. The dough keep more creamy because if you mix a lot, you have oxidation, you lose flavor, but also the dough become whiter, by the way. So now depending of temperature, some condition, sometimes we can leave 20 minutes, give a simple punching before to put in the chiller for overnight. But right now we can put directly in the chiller after cover. So we're going to put in the chiller between 3 and 5 degrees. So we can use after 10, 15 hours, but we can stay also for more than that. We can imagine also 2 days in the chiller if it's a cold temperature. So this is the dough now overnight, made yesterday with a terroir. So there is different way to work from now. So sometimes we divide straight away and we leave for maybe 1 hour at the room temperature, or we can leave the dough like that and divide after 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes before shaping. The most important for when you shape, it's the dough temperature. The dough temperature should be minimum 18 degrees before shaping any way you use. So now we leave the dough at the room temperature about 25 degrees. So now this is a baguette dough from yesterday mix, overnight in the chiller, plus 1 hour at the room temperature today. So we're just going to divide and to pre-shape before shaping. As you can see, the dough is a little bit gassy, so we develop a lot of flavor, by the way, even in the chiller, in this condition. So we're going to make a baguette dough today, about 270 grams, 270. Okay, so we have 3 pieces. So now we slightly pre-shape. Very important to get a very smooth surface. So the one not so nice, we put inside like that, in order to get one finishing and one smooth surface. As it's very gassy dough, we're not doing too tight pre-shaping. So now the pre-shaping is done. We can check dough temperature, but we're going to do the final shaping when the dough temperature will be at 18 degrees. It can be 20, but minimum 18 degrees. So now it's about 16. About 16, yes. So we're going to wait minimum 20 minutes as the normal resting time. And after that, we check again the dough temperature before shaping, but for sure it will be reach this 18 degrees. So this is a baguette chilled dough after the resting. So now we're going to check the dough temperature. How is it? And as I told you, it should be not less than 18. And we have 18.3 today. It's 18.2, so it's okay to shape. But of course, if you do longer, if you have the dough at 20 degrees, it's also good to shape this dough. But try to get the dough temperature not less than 18 degrees. So baguette shaping, there is plenty way to do baguette shaping. So today we just flatten a little bit. We keep the smooth thing on the base on the table in order to get one finishing. We can give one light fold like that, fold like that, coming in the center and make the finishing as a traditional. So we can use like that, the clear sink on the top. Very popular in France is to do a pointed finishing, as the French like it very much because it's very crispy as the two finishing. Sometimes we can see very thin one, sometimes like that, not so thin. But you make also from the same dough different baguette shape and good looking for the customer, of course. So we're going to proof this baguette for 60 minutes. Temperature not very high. You should not go higher than 28 is better. 25, 28 is the best. If you go too high temperature, maybe fermentation too fast. And as this is a traditional, so you get a fermentation on the sides, but not enough in the center. So in order to get proper fermentation, you need to proof lower temperature. And we know at lower temperature, you get also a little bit longer fermentation, but also more flavor to your baguette. So now baguette with a terroir is ready after proofing. We're going to put on the conveyor in order to bake. So for baguette, also we did the shaping, but also we can give different looking to your baguette by using a different cutting. So one cut, you can do 2 cuts, 3 cuts, 5 cuts on the baguette, and by the way, from the same dough, you get different looking. Okay, so now it's ready for baking. We're going to bake with on the deck oven with steam. So we put little bit steam. And steam again. Okay, good. So now the baguette with hand mixing is baked. This is 3 baguette with 3% of terroir. So as you remember, we mix 70% strong flour, 30% medium with 3%. And we done also a baguette with the same process, but with a machine mixing and with a regular improver. So as you can see, the volume is a little bit bigger here. It's normal because it's machine molding. The color, outside color here is much more traditional with the terroir, a little bit brown, as it's a trend today. And if we check inside, cream color, as I told you, with a Korean flour, strong and medium, we have a very white color, very, dense cream, but here, much more creamy, more open also, and we can say this is a French baguette type 55. We cannot imagine it's done with a local Korean flour, 70% strong, 30% medium.